guys, welcome back to my channel. It is B Taylor TV, and we are going to be talking about Derrick Jaxn, who is once again in the headlines for allegedly cheating on his wife. He's been exposed again by Tasha K, and Tasha K is not playing any games with Derrick Jaxn, as he went silent after being exposed in 2021 for his cheating allegations, where several women came forward talking about how he had a relationship with them. He would do his, videos in front of one lady's home, and how he would just leave her home, turn on his camera, and record a video to women, encouraging them to leave these no good men as he drives his little dusty self back home to his wife and children after leaving his mistress home. Everyone followed Derrick. I'm not going to say everyone, but I'm going to speak for myself, okay? I follow Derrick Jaxn. I think that he has given some great advice when it comes down to men, being dogs. And he was able to give that advice because he was a dog himself in sheep's clothing, okay, to say the least. I would say probably towards the end, something didn't sit right in my spirit as he was talking to me. It just kind of didn't sit right. I don't know. It just kind of like he felt like he was pandering. By the time I clicked back on to watch his videos, I felt like he was pandering and I didn't want to watch him anymore. Of course, the manosphere is going crazy. They're like, I told you so. I told you so. Well, yeah, you did tell us so. But that doesn't, you know what? We'll get into that later. So let's go back into Derrick Jaxn being exposed. This is when I realized that he was a raging narcissist because after he got caught, he admitted it on camera only because he was exposed. And he went on to say that him and his wife were separated when all of these things went on. Then he got his wife on camera. This, to me, where everyone talked about the bonnet. Let's talk about the bonnet, okay? This man know that he cheated on his wife. My assumptions is he bought his wife on camera. He bought her on camera just to show the world why he cheated, not to get on camera. Now, she may have thought differently, like, hey, babe, I need your support. I need you to come and stand by me, because if this goes down, we're not going to be able to pay our bills. I'm not going to be able to provide. I really need you to sit next to me and let's address this together. Let's fight through this trial and tribulation together, just as the Bible says that married couples should do. So she said, okay, I'm going to come on camera, broken spirited. You can see her broken spirit. And she's angry, and she's masking it with anger and frustration. And people were talking about her. She's never been in this type of spotlight because, we all know that he was hiding her because a lot of us didn't even know he had a wife, okay? So he was hiding her only for her. If you watch the body language, right, as she starts to speak and get frustrated, he's like, calm down, calm down. It's okay. And he's looking at the camera like, y'all see what I'm dealing with? Y'all see what I'm dealing with? Y'all go back and watch that video in its entirety, okay? Look at the entire video. He was being such a narcissist because he was showing the world, this is why I cheated. And guess what? It worked because a lot of people took the focus off of Derrick being such a liar, a hypocrite, and to excusing his behavior by saying, hey, you know what? Maybe he cheated because she came on camera with a bonnet on. I'm going to also take a deeper dive into that. A lot of women went in on her about her image as a Black woman coming on camera with a bonnet. There is a stereotype of the type of woman that will go out in public, aka social media, with a bonnet on. Okay? She had that bonnet on, which really it was a headscarf, but it looked like a bonnet, so everyone called it a bonnet. And then she called it her warrior, head of warrior, or something like that. She called it something, right? So let me tell you something. A lot of women were angry because, we've all been that girl. We've all been that girl where we were cheated on, maybe embarrassed or whatever. And if you're going to go on camera, at least look like you're that girl. That's why it triggered so many women, because we saw ourselves in her. And when she came on camera looking like the long suffering wife as she was, we all felt angry at her for coming on looking like what she was going through. Okay, we got to realize that we're so used to social media pretending. We're so used to leveling up and going on camera looking good, knowing we don't feel good on the inside. And she went on camera saying she didn't care. She went on camera with this AKA bonnet on when we already got a good view of what his side chicks and mistresses look like. Okay, they were some baddies. Okay, they were real educated, some nice bodies. Some of them had BBLs, you know. And going into his mistress, one of his mistress allegedly had an abortion. He had convinced her to get an abortion. What is this? Really? Are we just gonna go forget about that? He also had women in her bed as she was away from her kids. Now, I'm going to even go back further because I follow her on social media. She actually made a video saying how she used to obsess over the women that he would cheat on her with. She would watch videos. She caught videos or other women sending her videos of Derrick having intimacy with these women, and she said she would become obsessed with watching these videos of other women having sex with her husband. Okay? Can you imagine, as a woman, watching your husband that you have kids with have sex with other women? She said she will watch and see how the women's body move, mimic them, watch everything about them. Mind you, this woman has been sexually, you know, touched in her childhood. So she's already traumatized with sex in general, only for this narcissist to claw his claws inside of this broken woman and break her spirit even more. I mean, we all laugh and judge and make fun of her, but we've all been that girl. And if we haven't been that girl, I pray to God you never become that girl, because a lot of people will say, I would never end up being just that and going through just that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I don't think that it's fair that we are wishing this on this woman. Okay? So, after the wife got on camera with her bonnet and he showed the world why he cheated, although this all happened, his money was slipping. Okay? But as I followed his wife on social media, people criticized her, right? How she dressed, how she carried herself, how she looked, what she talked about. You could tell she was so wrapped up in her Christianity. They are in a church, I don't know if they're still in this church, but the church is one of those like cult-like churches where they're like expelling demons and, going into your home and being in your business. And, apparently the church made her go back to her husband. She left Derrick many times, and the church got involved and told her that no, you need to stay with this man. This is what you signed up for. No matter what your health is going through, no matter what kind of videos you saw of your husband, you must forgive him and suffer through it. Public humiliation, who cares? You're married. Go through it, right? That's what they were telling this poor woman, okay? Mind you, these are college sweethearts. This is not a woman who met him when she was older. This is a woman who met this man when she was young and still growing and developing, and she really probably didn't even get to know herself outside of Derrick. Okay? Mind you, she's still dealing with her past trauma that she's never healed from. Because instead of going to get real help like therapy and psychological help, she's depending on the church. Although God is great and God can heal, but God also give us the wisdom to go and get the help that is needed. Okay? You just can't pray your way out of trauma. You also have to heal and understand what that trauma is, why you're feeling this way, because some people pray just to avoid the pain. They just, oh, I gave it to God. No, you need to deal with that pain and growth with it. And that's a lot of people mistakes in the church. Okay? So as she continued on her social media raid and dances, and these dances seemed so spiritual, like, and not in a good way. It seemed like she was kind of like possessing something or sending like some type of vibration out there. And I didn't get a good feeling from these dances that she would do, but it was like she was doing them for God. But I don't know what type of God she thinks she's praising, because God would never allow you to suffer in that type of way, all in the name of marriage. Okay? This man has broken her. I mean, it's basically mental abuse. I would even go so far as say it is mental abuse. And it's like she idolizes this ideal of God, but the church version of God, not, like the man-made God, not the actual God, because God is love. And if you ever want to listen to God, listen to your heart. Open your heart and see what sits right with your heart. God is in your heart. God does not look at your mind. He does not look at what what's in your mind, and he looks at your heart. That's what God is judging you off of, because God is the optimum of love, right? So she needs to look into her heart and see what it's saying, despite what the church is saying to her. And like I said, we were all hurt. And, the manosphere is having a field day with this, where they talk about Derrick Jaxn and all these women are foolish to believe him, that he was too perfect. But they also contradict themselves. They also contradicted themselves, because here is Derrick Jaxn, right? They got married young. This young woman, married in her prime, okay? She married in her prime to a man who built his way up to the top. And as soon as he got a taste of that fame and fortune, this is the result of how he treats his Build-A-Bear wife. Not his Build-A-Bear wife, I'm sorry. His build-up wife. His wife that built him up and stuck it through, his ride or die, only to break her spirit and leave her for this new chick. And they also contradict themselves, because here he has a loyal wife, a natural wife. She doesn't wear makeup. When most of her pictures, you do not see her in makeup, okay? She wears her natural hair. She don't wear wigs. She has a lot of hair, by the way, too. She always wears her natural hair and no makeup. She has a nice body. Actually, she doesn't even show off her figure. She has a really nice figure that she does not show off. Only for him to leave her for this wig-wearing makeup woman. And there's nothing wrong with that, as in what she looks like. But it's a contradiction with the manosphere, who say men will not marry these type of women, but they sure will cheat with them. They sure will wreck their home for them. They sure will leave their wife for them. They sure will humiliate their wife for these women that they talk about. So it's a contradiction. So this is why women don't listen to a lot of these manosphere men. He left his wife for this woman. I mean, this entire situation is every woman's fear to meet a man, love him, be with him until he gets to the top, only for him to leave you for this type of woman. As you see, Tasha K keeps exposing this woman, who she is, but apparently Derrick Jaxn has been very busy because apparently there's more. So we're just gonna see and let this play out, but best believe karma has no expiration date. So as he thinks he's gonna go out and just live his life as if he was not married and did not betray his wife, okay, he is going to, I'm not going to say suffer, but I'm going to say he's going to have to live with his decisions. And I really hope his wife do not take him back, okay? Because this is the last straw. Because if he doesn't respect her at this point. He doesn't care. And after he get caught fiddling around with another woman, then he announced his divorce. And what's odd about that is his wife have not announced anything. He's the one who announced it. And just not too long ago, she was just promoting his book. And he's saying that they've been separated since the beginning of the year. Lies, you tell, sir. She was just promoting your book. The beginning of the year, sir. The beginning of the year. She did a video and you ran it. Okay? This poor woman, and she probably just, we're all going to send prayers and love to this woman because she really needs it. And for those of you guys, I know she did a video where she was hexing people and, telling them, praying death on them or whatever people were saying about that. I just take it as this woman is broken. She has probably lost her sanity. And that's what can happen to a long suffering wife. And a lot of us, we don't let it get that far. That's why a lot of women leave before it gets to that point. When we feel like our sanity is about to get lost, we leave. Because if everything else is right in life and you're the one that's causing me to lose my sanity, you gotta go. You gotta go. So maybe God had to push him away from her because she wouldn't leave him. So, and this is not the first time I've seen this, where a man has been with his wife of 20-something years and just up and leave for some young, hot chick or something, or some woman that's like way the opposite of every man try to tell us not to be, okay? It's the 80-20 rule, and some men just feel like the 20 is more worth it than the 80, okay? So, what do you guys think? Go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you feel bad for his wife? Do you feel bad or do you not feel bad? And if you don't feel bad, why not? I mean, can you see yourself in her and why she's probably acting like this? And where do you think Derrick's future is going to be after this? I mean, this is going to be really interesting. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will be following this story closely. Thank you guys once again for watching this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe for more content. Thank you.